This took place at the House of Lancaster and the House of York. They both sound the same, but they all are fighting for one country. England. If you found a book called The Mystery of History, you can read and find the story how this whole thing starts. If you go on lesson 1, you can read it says, for such a small island of England has had a great influence on our world is people are natural part of great culture. Going far back in time, you would find that England was accompanied by the amazing people who built Stonehenge. And we're stopping right there because we had the country telling the story of the War of the Roses. They fought for one country and who will be crowned king. So that begins when the Lancaster houses and the Yorkin houses starting to fight. And made a war called the War of the Roses after the other great war, or the 1,000-year war. Brunt can tell you the story about the 100-year war. The 100-year war started. I do not know when the 100-year war, but I know the war been and fought by the Vikings and King Arthur. I cannot tell you about King Arthur and the 100-year war, but I can tell you about the War of the Roses war gone into. The Lannister have lost the war, but the Yorks have won the war. Many men have died to serve them, and now the War of the Roses is now over, and their son, Henry, have been kinged. Thank you, Brunt. Now, there aren't just one Henry. There were a Henry the Fourth, Henry the Fifth, and now here comes King Henry the Sixth. Henry the Sixth is king of England, and he had 2 sons, but the Lannisters got worried and feared that the two sons will be next of line of being king. That's when the Queen of Lancaster locked them 2 up in a tower. No one do not know where they are, but the Queen was power hungry and hoping her next son will become king. Surprisingly, the House of York have another son named Richard. Richard wants to be next crown of king until Henry's son's been disappeared until a war came, and Henry fought that war until he been assassinated, and then Richard came king of England. Well, Richard was a powerful man who isn't, how can I explain, not nice or kind. He was vicious and hungry for power. Almost remind me of somebody. That's when the Lannisters decided to assassinate him. And by doing that, it started with another Henry Tudor. He's the one who came next king. The plan worked. They have assassinated Richard III, but now Henry Tudor is now king, but that's not the end of the story. Henry Tudor plans to combine the Lewis family and the Yorkin family. By doing that, he marries a young woman who's the House of York. And you do not want to believe it's the daughter of Edward the Fourth. That's when the plan idea worked. The both of houses are now combined, and now they're one family. Instead of working with the old name, they changed the name up into the House of Tudor. That's when all of this ends. The War of the Roses ends. The battle against each other. Being crowned king. All of it is now over. But that's not all. He got bodyguard to guard him from assassination. That's why he can stay king and help England with all the problems. The three bodyguards are still alive today. Yeah, so you might like to go there and ask some questions, or just learn more in history and mystery history. Keep on watching Transformers history stories, and you can watch other videos like Braun telling stories about the war on Earth. So please stay on contact and learn more about mystery history and Transformers. Hey everyone, if you're curious why there's our Civil War man, how can we show others because we do not know what the war looked like and what the men looked like. So we're using own plastic soldiers and Civil War men. So that's how we're making this video. So if you stay in touch, you might see more of these battles. And also, I'm curious why I ain't in this video. Please like and subscribe this video and watch more. Bye.